So last month I made a TikTok and I got dragged. Okay, so I just watched a video on YouTube about a natural hair girl saying how we should not use oils and butters in our hair, and this was the public's response. As you can see, over 666 dislikes. Don't even get me started on the comments. When will the natural hair community be free from the shackles of YouTube hair influencers? Now, y'all probably think I'm gonna come for her. I'm not, because I think she's right. Here is why I do not think that this whole no oil, no butter thing is not just a trend. Y'all will literally believe anything your natural hair favorite YouTuber says to put in your hair. But when a natural hair esthetician has information backed by science, y'all say no, to hell with that. That's not gonna work for me. Part 2. I got dragged so bad for basically sharing with the natural hair community that I stopped using oils and butters in my hair and why you should do. Now, I want to preface that I am not a natural hair specialist. I did not go to cosmetology school. I can't give you all the nicks and crannies of science behind why I chose to stop using oils and butters, but I'm just going to tell you what inspired me to stop. So I saw a video of this girl, and she was basically talking about why she's not using oils and butters in her hair anymore, and the ratio of likes to dislikes was crazy. The comments were dragging her left and right. And to be honest, I just thought that this was another natural hair YouTube trend that was going on, that was going to die out, just like the eggs and mayonnaise, just like the co-washing, just like the rice water. I honestly thought, ain't no way I'm not putting oils and butters in my hair. I've been natural for almost 7 years now. I've always used oils and butters, so why would I stop now? And I don't really feel like they've caused any damage to my hair, so I didn't really see the problem with it. And then I really watched the video, and I watched another video and another video, and then I started following a Twitter thread of a bunch of natural hair specialists that were talking about why you shouldn't use oils and butters in your hair. And their reasoning made sense. Like, again, I can't explain all the science behind it, but essentially the way to look at it is like your hair is like a sponge, right? It absorbs water, and that's how your hair gets hydrated. But if you coat an entire layer of oil on top of a sponge, and then you try to douse the sponge with water, yeah, sure, the sponge will retain some moisture, but it's going to be far, far, far more difficult for the sponge to absorb the water when there's a coating of layer on top. The same thing applies to your hair strands. When you have a coating of layer on your hair strands, when you have a coating of oil on your hair strands, it becomes much more difficult for your hair to absorb moisture and absorb water. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then one of the cosmetologists basically just started giving out a list of how to detox your hair, right? How to stop using oils and butters. So I was like, you know what? My hair does feel kind of dry. I'm just gonna give it a try for a week. And this is what happened. Now, I cannot tell you what to do with your hair, okay? And most of the comments under that TikTok video that I made agreeing with the girl in the YouTube video, basically most of them said, don't tell me what to do with my hair, do what works for you. At this point, I'm gonna go bald. And I know it can kind of be like an overwhelming experience because in the natural hair community, we've heard so much information over the years of how to do our hair and what works best for our hair. And so I can understand why people are like, goodbye.
My mom told me to tell you to mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch.
At this point, like, I'm gonna do whatever has been working for me and do that. But what I have noticed and what I feel good about with this method is that nobody's trying to sell you on anything. Like, we're not trying to say, try this new product. This is for extreme hair growth. Like, I literally despise videos like that because your hair is going to grow regardless of what you put on it because it's hair. Now, there are things that you can put on your hair or pills that you can take that promote hair growth, but nothing that these YouTubers are trying to sell you on, nothing causes hair growth. Your hair, if your hair isn't growing, then you need to visit a cosmetologist. And before I say this also, a lot of people were like, cosmetologists were perming our hair. Cosmetologists were telling us to use texturizers and this and that. I am talking about natural hair specialists. I'm not talking about the Dominican hair salon who does blowouts. I'm not talking about your braider, and I'm not talking about your weave install person and your silk press person. Okay, I'm talking about a natural hair specialist, so that way they can figure out what is going on with your hair. They can figure out your porosity, your hair type. Now these are things that you can honestly figure out yourself too, but to be honest, having just that extra eye, that professional eye that can recommend the best products for you. So these are the steps that I took to detox my hair. Now it's recommended that you go an entire 3 washes, which is 3 weeks, without using oils and butters. Now you might be wondering, so what the hell do I use in my hair? That was like another one of the number one questions that I got on my TikTok, was like, okay, so do I just put water in my hair? Like, do I not use anything? No, you can use different stylers. What we're saying when we're suggesting to stop using oils and butters is no heavy raw oils and butters. Like, you should not be slapping on shea butter on your hair and coating your strands with a bunch of oil, because I noticed that a lot of you were saying, but my hair's so dry, so I need the oil, I need the butter.
I don't need it.
Let me tell you this, I am no scientist, but it makes sense. The oil is what's causing your hair to be dry, and you don't realize it. And this is why. You get out the shower, you style your hair, and then you seal it with heavy oils and butters, right? Now what happens is oil and water do not mix. That water is going to eventually evaporate, and then you just have a strand of oil that is coating your hair. So when you walk out and let's say the weather is humid, your hair can't really get any moisture at all because your hair is completely sealed off with oil. And then on top of it, when you add something like the method of co-washing, where you're not completely cleaning your hair strands, how is water ever supposed to penetrate your hair? The cause of dry hair is a lack of hydration. Hydration is water. It's not oil. Oil is not a hydrator. So when you're overusing oils and butters in your hair, it's actually causing your hair to not be able to retain any hydration. And on top of it, if you're only introducing hydration maybe once every 2 weeks in your co-washing, stop doing that. Stop doing that. That is the cause of your dry hair. So what I did was week 1, I just washed my hair, and instead of using like a type of butter that I would normally use to style my hair, I decided to use a foam wrap. Or you could use a curling custard, or you can use a gel, or you can use a hair milk. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Kelsia, some of those products have small amounts of oils on them. If you look at the back of the bottle, it has oils in them. So this is what we're talking about. The oils that are in your products are formulated with your product to work well on your hair. What we're talking about is raw oils like Jamaican castor oil or shea butter or coconut oil that you're adding at the end of like your hair routine to seal your hair, but it's really causing you to actually lose a lot of hydration and moisture in your hair when you do that. So after week 1, I didn't notice all that much big of a difference. I noticed that I had more frizz though. I was like, I'm not feeling the frizz. I like when I have my definition. So then I added a gel. And then the number one thing that I noticed was how defined my curls are. Now I have 4 type hair, as you can see, but my curls were so defined, and I realized defined curls is partnered with hydrated hair. You cannot have dry hair and have your curls really poppin'. It's not possible. Your hair needs to completely be cleansed and free of these heavy oils in order for you to really see your hair. Now then, about week 2, I noticed that my hair was getting oily. Like literally when I touched my hair like this, there was like a small layer of oil on it. And it was so interesting because growing up I had heard other races of people saying like, oh my god, my hair is so oily, like I need to wash my hair. And in my head I'm thinking, give me the oil, like bring me the oil, I need the oil. And it was because I realized I had never experienced touching my natural oils, the natural sebum that's supposed to come out of my hair, because I had always lathered on different type of styling products on top of each other with oil on top. And so my hair was never able to produce its own natural sebum, and that's why my hair was also so dry, because I was coating my hair with layers and layers of butters and oils. And so that was like really interesting to experience the second week. And then the third week I got a hang of it, and honestly, now wash and goes are like my go-to style. I have 4 type hair. I never actually thought that I could do this type of style, but I love seeing my little curls. I do a banding method, which helps me stretch out my hair a little bit, but to be honest, I don't ever think that I'm gonna go back to oils and butters just because of how hydrated my hair feels. Now the thing with this is you have to introduce a hydration routine. You can't just wash your hair one time and then don't use oils and butters after and be like, I don't like it, my hair feels dry, this is not working. Of course it's not working. You have to make it a routine. Now, there are YouTubers that or TikTokers that I've seen that have just concocted every possible oil they have in their kitchen, put it on their head and been like, this made me have extreme hair growth. And I'm like,
Why the fuck you lie?
would you go to the pharmacy, pick up every single bottle of body lotion, mix it together, put it on your skin and say, this is why my skin is so glowy and hydrated? No. So why are you doing it with oils? Get out of your kitchen, put the oils down, and you know what I'm saying? So the question that I got on TikTok a lot under that video also was, so what products should I use in my hair? Now this is a question that I cannot answer, and any YouTuber or any person that tries to answer this question for you is honestly lying to you, and let me tell you why. We have no clue what your hair type is, your hair texture, what your sensitivity to porosity is, none of that. Like, if you're protein sensitive, we don't know anything about your hair to be recommending products to you. Now, what I would recommend is find a line and stick to a hair line. Do not concoct different types of basically products to use in your hair. The best success that I've seen with my hair is sticking to a line. So when my hair is really dry, I stick to a moisture line. I use a moisturizing shampoo, a moisturizing leave-in conditioner, and I use the entire line. The line is formulated to work well together. Don't mix a bunch of different products together. Now, if you feel like your hair is a little bit weak, brittle, and you need protein, use a protein line. Stick to that line. Again, like if you start mixing together all your favorite products, you might not see the results that you want. There's a reason why these chemists have formulated these products to work together. For example, I usually use the Moisturizing Design Essentials line. Now, the shampoo is a moisturizing shampoo. The leave-in conditioner is very lightweight, and I've seen YouTube videos of women using this leave-in conditioner, but before using that leave-in conditioner they use like a clarifying shampoo before. And the clarifying shampoo, it really kind of sometimes does give you more of a stripping feeling, and then after that to use a very lightweight leave-in conditioner. It just doesn't feel like it's moisturizing your hair enough. And in my head I'm like, well, that makes sense. Why are you using those two products together? You should be using a moisturizing shampoo along with that type of lightweight leave-in conditioner, along with the foam wrap that comes after and the gel that is matched with that line of products. So I know that it does take trial and error sometimes, and you have to figure out what works best for you. But to be honest, I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I get so happy and so excited to see girls who are lessening their hair wash days. Like, there's no way I'm ever going to spend 6 hours on a weekend washing my hair and styling my hair ever again. Cutting out oils and butters have literally made my wash day so much faster, also because my hair is so hydrated and it's not dry, so I get much less tangles. So the detangling process ends up being faster, the styling process ends up being faster. Honestly, everything all around ended up being better when I stopped using oils and butters. Now, honestly, you're going to do what you want to do. You're grown. See if it works for you. I genuinely don't think that this is just another natural hair trend. I think that this is something that a lot of women struggle with, having dry hair in the natural hair community, and this is a solution to it. Oils and butters might be what's causing your hair to be dry. I'm not saying it's the thing, but it might be the thing. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. You don't need to drag me on YouTube because I already got dragged on TikTok. But also, I've heard a lot of y'all's testimonies that have been saying, this works for me. My hair feels so hydrated after. My hair feels so good after. So I know that it's working, and I know that it's working for a lot of us. So if you like it, enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching this hair video, and I will see you next week. Peace.